Hi everyone, this is Jim Davis from New Trier High School and the Good Athlete Project, a nonprofit organization focused on maximizing the potential of athletics as education. And today, we're going to talk about using the weight room to support student mental health. There are three key areas in which a strength coach must operate. We have tasks that look like this: prevent, embrace, and connect. The biggest area for us to make an impact is in the prevention side of things. So we all know this, but mental health is a wide range of potential situations, from low-level anxiety and stress to really severe situations that need professional support beyond what we can provide. So along that spectrum, our greatest strength in the weight room, pun intended, is to try to get in front of these concerns, right? Prevention looks like this: empowering student athletes, connecting them to one another, onboarding essential social emotional learning capacities like grit, gratitude, and growth mindset. It's so clear that the weight room offers a learning platform that's distinct not only within a school building, but even within education, because it's so darn quantifiable. So if an athlete moves ahead 5, 10, 15 pounds in a max effort or even in a working set, we have the opportunity to celebrate that and remind them that it was their hard work that caused the growth. That's where the empowerment comes in. There's so many variables in other sports, and of course I love all the other sports, but there's so many variables in them that we don't always get the clear feedback. That is, input hard work, rest accordingly, show up regularly, try your hardest again the next day, and down the road, there's growth. There's quantifiable growth. So making sure that we take time to frame the growth, empower the athlete for doing all the good things that they were supposed to, and connecting with their teammates while they're in the weight room, that's essential in preventing at least some of the lower end mental health concerns. So prevention, that's number one. Number two is embrace. We have to explicitly embrace the conversation of mental health in our spaces. Oftentimes we hear coaches say, well, they know they could come talk to me. My door's always open. They know that. Perhaps, but maybe they're adolescents and don't really realize that and need to be told it explicitly. We often ask our athletes a somewhat provocative question to reinforce this idea of embracing the conversation. We say, are you strong enough for a tough conversation? Meaning, when things get hard, sometimes the hardest thing to do is to confront it and talk about it. But when they do, we are very explicit about the idea that our doors are in fact open, that we are here to support you, and we need you to come to us when you're in those dire times. They're not always dire, but when it feels dire, come to us, and we can move on to number 3. So remember, prevention, embracing the conversation, ultimately getting to 3, which is connect. We have to. This actually works on 2 levels. First of all, obviously, we connect within the weight room. We have to develop connections with our student athletes and between student athletes. But if the case ever gets to the point, and this has only happened a handful of times, very thankfully, in our gym, but it happens. If we ever get to the point where a mental health concern is so great that we cannot no longer be of great support, we have to connect the student athlete with appropriate professional support. We want to be empowering, we want to be motivating, we want to create positive relationships, but when needed, we need to connect a young person with a school psychologist, a therapist, whatever the appropriate channel in your situation might be. So again, those are the big 3. The methods are varied, but I highly encourage everyone to think about them. Prevent by empowering young people, embrace the conversation so they know they have someone to come to, and connect them with appropriate support when it becomes a very real issue. That's all we got. Join us in this idea. Team embrace. Thanks to the NSCA for supporting the cause. Hope to see you all soon.